Hi, I'm Dan from Brighton Accommodation Agency, and this video is about getting the right pricing structure for your rental property. So there's a lot of different factors that you need to take into account. It can be the type of property it is, the time of year it becomes available. For instance, if you've got a property coming available maybe October or November, it's not going to be the greatest possible time for you to find a good tenant. A lot of people don't want to move over Christmas. And as such, interest can be a lot lower than maybe say around August time when a lot of people are looking to move to a new town. If you've got a student property, you want it to come available June, July or August. Anything outside of those times might not be lettable. At the same time, it's always really good to have a good thorough research into what's available on one of the property portals like Zoopla or Rightmove. At different times of the year, you'll have different volumes of properties available, and there's no set time. It can just be there's that amount of people moving out at that period, but you have to look. It will give you a right indication of whether you can charge more for your property or less. For instance, if you have a look on Rightmove and there's 200 one-bedroom flats and you're putting another one-bedroom flat on the market, there's a lot to choose from. So you're going to have to try and stand out from the crowd, and that can either be by having some really good photos, some floor plans, or perhaps you just want to price your property just below what everybody else is looking at. If you're employing an agent, this is something they should do before they're putting your property out there, having a little bit of market research and trying to find out what the best pricing structure is for your property. Another thing to take into consideration is going to be the quality of your property, and you really have to be realistic with this. It's very easy when you're looking at your property and thinking it's the best one out there, but if you have a look around, you might see that there's other ones that are going for the same price and they're actually a better flat. So if that's the case, then you really have to be realistic and try and think, well, what is my property actually worth? All the time it's on the market and it's empty, you're not earning anything. When looking at other properties on the market, you've got to look at locations, pricing, and the quality within the property. Some landlords are really good at dressing up their properties really well. They can have professional photographs, you can have floor plans. All of these things are going to really present your property in the best possible light. This is going to give you the best chance of achieving the highest rent. Another thing to consider when pricing your property is the current market conditions. I had a landlord a few years ago in the last recession around 07 to 08, who actually went around and he lowered all his rents. He did it for a period of 2 years, and this allowed the good tenants that he'd had for a number of years to stay in the properties and try and recover after the recession. After the recession, he put the rents back up to the normal market rent, and he managed to keep all of his tenants happy. Sometimes you have to look at things that are outside the normal market and try and take an overall view of what's going on. It's not always going to be an exact science, and you have to look at what's going on, how the market's performing, how many properties are out there, the quality of these properties, where they're situated. If you take all this into consideration, you should be able to come up with a perfect price for your property. You've just got to take into account that an empty property is not earning anybody any money. We're releasing videos like this every week with a view to helping people like you rent your property and get the best possible return. So if you'd like to watch more, like and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you on the next video.